Okay. Crazy stuff happening, but we move on.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know who we are. I am Jay, aka the Moderate Texan. There we go. That is my co-host, the EXO Intro. We are here today, even though there are technical issues happening and crazy stuff going on. We're here today to look through the darkness, find just a little bit of light, and bring everybody right back to the middle. We know it all starts up front. EXO, how you doing today?
Doing good, my man. Doing good, my man. Just enjoying the day. Had a little off day. Was able to rest, relax, get a workout in, and now I get to talk ball with the boys. Love to see it. Love to see it. We got a great game to look into, and a great game to foreshadow to next week or this upcoming week.
Indeed, indeed. We ended last week off on a good note. I want to shout out everybody who's in the chat. I see Texans22 is probably VT out there running that account. Welcome, VT. Good to see you,
Welcome,
my guy.
welcome, my boy.
Shout out to the Texans22 team. If you're not watching their content, they put out fire content every week.
You better go watch,
Almost
man.
every
Better go
day.
watch,
Yeah.
man. Better go watch. They're
Go
killing it in the
watch.
content game. They're killing it. They're killing it, man.
You got Leo, the run game. You got Josh, Moko Joe out there, and you have VT Brown Chubby Bear on Twitter. Go follow all those guys. Go watch. Don't forget Mr. 713 and everybody else, the lead, the Texans
boys.
fan battle. There's everybody. Just go watch them, sub to them. They've got really good content for you. And do not forget about them. Today's going to be a shorter show. I've got some stuff to do, so we're only going to be on here for about an hour. So I'm going to jump straight in to a quick side note here. Quick side note of the day. Stuff is going down in the world, y'all. I don't know if y'all seen it or if y'all been paying attention, but stuff's happened. There have been 2 hurricanes. I know VT's on the line here. Pray for those who are in Florida. Pretty much pray for those who are on the East Coast, the lower East Coast. That whole region is just wrecked right now. All those people, we're going to be praying for y'all for just anything that y'all need. If you need anything, hit us up. You know how to get in contact with us. All our information is down below. We'll do what we can for you, man. If you guys can, send your good feelings, your good thoughts, your prayers. If you guys can donate to something, do it. These people need the help. And then we're looking at stuff overseas. This is a crazy time we're living in. We're seeing floods. We're seeing hurricanes. 1 in every 500 year, 1 in every 1,000 year hurricanes. We're seeing wars pop up all over the place. This is crazy times. This is the time that it's a good time to remind you, kind to each other. You don't know what that other person on the other side is feeling. Be kind. No reason to ruin another person's day. Just be kind. Good bit there. All right. Before we jump into the film review, I want to make sure we take care of a little bit of housekeeping. As you know, I'm Jay, aka the Moderate Texan. That, man, I can't point, is the EXO Intro. All our information is down below in the description of the video. You've got both of our Twitters out there. You've got our email, which is, I believe, the Moderate Texan Podcast at gmail.com. Go ahead and email us there. Go ahead and hit us up on Twitter. Follow us. Start chatting with us. If you're on Discord, hit us up on the Discord. We're in the Texans22 Discord. If you are part of that, ask VT if you can get into that, as he has the control on that. I don't have any control, but join in on the conversation. We have a lot of fun. And we're in Twitter Spaces. We're in Twitter chat, group chats. We're in a lot of stuff. Feel free to talk ball with us at any time. And if you need us to pray for anything outside of the storm or anything in general, actually, let us know. We got you. All right. As I said, we're going to kind of zoom through the film today. Not zoom, but we are going to make a little bit of a move here. Got some stuff to do after, so I'm going to share my screen. We're going to start looking at the film. So let's jump into the film review. This first play, I like it. I like it a lot. And we're going to go to the next play directly after it once we start playing this one. If this will play, there we go. And we'll get to the tight view right after this.
It's like motion to identify, man, coverage, and then you have what we've been looking for and waiting for with this offense is great zone blocking on the run play. This is one of those plays where I was like, God damn it, about time. And we can put these plays together for our offensive run game. We can probably have a decent offense. We got hat on hats. Everybody flows. People get second levels. I wish, for the love of God, my rookie right tackle can keep his feet. But hey, he's a rookie in his first start. But he got in the way. He got some depth and distance, and was able to get my guy a look. Um, a little bit about Fisher this game. He had a pretty damn good game. Like, his good plays outweighed his bad plays. And yes, he had bad plays, and we're going to obviously see him this game and in this film review. But it was just a good showing to see what we have in our one of our rookie picks. And it's been a big question mark and a big point of contention amongst the Texas fandom. Is like, all right, what is Fisher? When is he going to start playing? Is he going to replace one of these, as some may say online and some may say on the radio waves, these fashionista tackles that we have? With the injury of Titus Howard for this game, we got the ability to see what Fisher is going to be moving forward, or what he looks like for this year. And he looked like a guy that's going to be a little bit raw, a little bit not fully developed yet. His body got to get a little thicker. He got to get used to the offensive game. But we saw in him some quality snaps. So I I have real high hopes for Fisher, and I just love this play right here, because this is what we're hoping for. This is what we're looking for in the zone blocking game. We're looking for everybody surge at the point of attack. We get our duo bonds and combo blocks, and we climb to second level to provide extra running lanes for our running backs, and it was just beautiful to see.
Indeed. First thing I noticed about this play as I was watching it is that this is a run pass option. And this may be the greatest time that we have executed. This is our best execution of this play. I know I've talked a lot of mess about Davis Mills, who has gotten considerably better over the last 2 years. But he was the worst quarterback at this. And it's a refreshing sight to see a quarterback who can read it, and then to have our line not lose any depth, to not get blown up, to be able to run backside to backside. Then to have, look at this space. This is a good 5-yard hole right here.
We got lanes everywhere.
He could bust this outside because this is back to back here. This would be if Blake Fisher keeps his feet back to back here. So he has options automatically. This hole closes, so he chooses the other one. Breaks the tackle, gets to the safety, the third level.
Beautiful.
And now is able to force a safety to make a tackle on him for a good 11-yard run and a first down. We can see it even better on this side when you see Nico Collins go across. You can see CJ Stroud looks, and here's his key. What is this guy doing? Is he crashing down? Is he staying up? He's crashing. Hand the ball off. Ball gets handed off. Line is blocking correctly. And that, you could just easily see. Look, we did the same thing with Steven Sims last year in the playoff game against the Ravens when he returns that punt. He has a similar situation where he has the opportunity to run this way or this way. Steven Sims was a little bit faster than Cam Akers, but he makes the right choice. He makes the choice to cut inside and continue to go upfield towards the middle and tries to run away from, I can't tell who that is because I didn't see his number, and also DeMar Hamlin, and just ends up getting tackled. That is a great play, which leads us to our next play. Go ahead and stop real quick and bring up the next play real quick. All right. So this next play, I think we know what this play is. If you don't know by now, I want y'all to look at all that open space for a running back. We're going to get it from the tight view because you need to see how beautiful this is. As a running back, this is The most beautiful thing you could watch. Run, look at that. He was untouched into the end zone. Here, I'll show you even better. We'll pause it at the start of the run.
This is like one of those times I'm seeing a willing block by Larry Tunsil on a run play. That's how crazy this play is. We seeing a willingly blocking Larry Tunsil out there, trying to seal off the edge, put the edge at the end, and create a hole the size of Texas for our running back to run through. I'm watching Stover go big on big with the linebacker and hold his motherfucking own. My bad for my language. This is beautiful, and I'm seeing Dalton Schultz curl the edge, get to the open gap as he's a pulling blocker, and fit up on his safety. It's beautiful. And look at the dog pile on the O line. Everybody just pile on. It's a dog pile time. Just get out the play. It's just beautiful to see.
I want y'all to notice something real quick. At the time Cam Akers gets this ball, he's already over here on this hash. Everybody over here except for 43 is already out of the play. 43 has the only chance right now. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, over half the guys on the field out of the play. This guy, he's already blocked. He's out of the play. Dalton Schultz blocks him. He's out of the play. So we have now 8 guys out of the play and 3 left. 9th guy taken out of the play by Xavier Hutchinson. 10th guy because this block blocks the way. That's excellent blocking. He jumps too. That's incredible. Look at look
Throw
at
him out the
this.
club. Throw him out the club. Get him out the way. If he's in the way, get him out the way. That's all what you love to see.
We talked about Blake Fisher having bad plays, but this particular play, this is a good play by Blake Fisher, and you'll see it even better over here. 99 effectively removed from the play.
Get out the way. I'm throwing you out the club.
This is probably Cam Akers' easiest touchdown that he's seen in a long time, in years. He wasn't even touched. He's not touched at all on this play. This is a Madden play in practice. This is insanity. But this is what the Texans can do if they play the game the right way. If they play the game the way they're supposed to be playing it, that's what they can do. And that's what we're looking for. All right, let's get on to the next play here. Let me get that pulled up. All right, let me get back over here. Present. All right. Obscene blocking indeed.
Ah, yes. The famous Tank Dell end around that we always go to get in the game. And this coming on a drive where Tank Dell had 2 catches that were chain movers, where we were moving the ball with authority, moving the ball with flow, and then we just I don't know. I want to say this is being tricky because sometimes this is there's this big thing, a misconception with Bobby Slowick, which is yes, there are times where there's interesting play calling, or let's just say the situational play calling gets a little weird. Where it's like, all right, that's a choice to run this, but a good amount of times it's all right. If we go to in the famous words of C.J. Stroud, you call it, we ball it. There's situations where, all right, if you're calling it, are we executing it? And I hate, I hate when there's moments where I want to blame the OC, which in reality, that person will get all the blame. If the offense doesn't produce, that person, the buck stops with him. Like at the end of the day, but there's times where it's like there's personnel issues where we got people not executing the play correctly, and on this play, we got our left edges who We redraw the edge line since we got the O line flowing the opposite direction of the end around to trick the O to trick the defense to flowing one way, come the other, which is a good play concept or play design concept. So I don't fault Bobby on that. I fault Bobby on not getting his players ready or executing this play correctly because you have a situation where this play comes down on two people, and that's our two tight ends that you love to throw out there. We got Dalton Schultz and Cade Stover not being aware enough to set the edge. And it looks at times in this play like they're just trying to play catch up in a situation where it's a trick play. There's no room for you to play catch up on a trick play. You have to execute, execute, execute. 100% speed, 100% accuracy. If not, the play is going to get blown up. That's the drawback of running a trick play. If you do not execute this play correctly, the play will get fucked up. And even there's times when even you do execute the play correctly, and the play still fucks up. I.e., those quarterback throwbacks across the field where it's a wide receiver screen, they throw it back to another quarterback and he chunks the ball. Like all those trick plays, there's still moments where if you don't execute it correctly, or if you do execute it correctly, the play can still go awry. And so you have this end around where we got the defense flowing to the other side, and all is left is to come down is the two key blocks. You need the tight end that did a misdirection, a little, yeah, a misdirection cue, like a misdirection counter block where we're faking going right, turns around, go back left. Gets the defensive linebackers flowing the opposite direction, which is great play design by Bobby, but it just poorly executed. We got a half-ass block by Dalton Schultz, and we got Cade Stover deer in the headlights just trying to find work. If he was able to understand the play, if he goes out and try to kicks out that edge rusher, you give Tank Dell a better opportunity to make a play in open field. But since we don't get that, and he has his back to the edge, he was supposed to secure, we have a situation like this. And so this is just one of those bad plays. Is just like one, it's an interesting play call, and that's what most people say. But two, it just poorly executed. So where does this leaves the offense? Is just we just gotta chuck it up to just bad execution, or do we chuck it up to like, all right, we might not need to go back to this. So it is very, very interesting.
So one thing I'm kind of looking at here is over here. I'm wondering because Laramie, that's not Laramie. That's who is this? Is that Kenyon Green right there? It is Kenyon Green.
Yeah,
So Kenyon Green over there makes a pretty good block. He pulls and blocks well. It almost makes me wonder, should we have handed that ball off to Akers? Now, if it's blocked up correctly, and I don't really put this on Cade Stover, I think what Cade Stover sees is this play is going to get destroyed if Dalton Schultz continues moving at the speed he's moving because he hasn't turned around yet, and the man he's supposed to block's already in the backfield. But I think that's what he's more worried of because if you look at his helmet, he's like, what's going on here? Instead of looking and trusting that Schultz is going to get his man. And honestly, he doesn't get his man because he puts hands on him, but Schultz is the one that really gets the hands put on him. And so this causes Stover, who never sees 17 down here, to miss him, or 47, my bad. Sorry, 47. I did not know that was your number. But that causes him to miss this guy completely. And it makes me wonder, and maybe we'll see it better in the tight view, if he just runs a little bit faster with a little bit more effort, with a little bit more pace, does Stover get better? Or is Stover expecting some type of screen pass? This has got a lot of misdirection built into it.
I don't know. I think it's just one of those moments where he just got caught up in the play and just trying to find work at the end. Like you can see his head on the swivel, realizes the play is still active, and he just go find work, which I do appreciate. Like go find some work, go get active, go help out your teammates. But pause it right here. Pause it as soon as keep going, keep going, keep going. Pretty much where Woods right here. If you have the ability to have Stover keep his head square, understands that, okay, let me go kick out 47. 47 gets kicked out. Robert Woods rises third level to block the farmost edge. And then I think you got Laramie Tunsil out there in space. At worst or at best, you have the ability to have Tank to get positive yards instead of this being a play to get -4. So you're
Yeah.
just trying to make sure to stay in front of the sticks, stay on progress, and just try to keep the ball moving and flowing.
Now, I will. There's a little thing that I notice here, and I may be wrong on this, but it does look like Stover tries to chip to give Dalton time
Hmm.
to make that turnaround,
Hmm.
and then because you see he's like, "Oh, I missed," and he forgets what he's supposed to do because he messed up. He's
Hmm.
supposed to chip this guy. He never touched him. The guy jukes him out, and you'll see that even better here in a second. Oh, never touches him. And you can see he puts his hands out to chip and he just or to put some type of blocking there, and the guy just moves inside, doesn't even get touched, which puts him in the backfield and puts Schultz at a bad disadvantage. I'm wondering if he does chip him, if he keeps his head a little bit more. But this is rookie stuff, right? This is what we kind of expect from rookies in the league. The game's faster. In college, he was not playing against this level of talent at all times, and this is a good team in the Buffalo Bills. They're not a bad team. Um, they're coached well. He got. That's what it looks like, and well, I think we'll see it better here on this. Yep, he just gets juked out his socks, and that's what happens. It
I
is what
appreciate
it
the help.
is.
I appreciate the help, good Chip. Well, moving on to the next play.
Yeah,
I think
get there
I
real quick.
remember which one this was.
Yes, I got it. I'm about to pull it
I
up real
bet.
quick. It's
So
5:35.
yeah, that's just one of those plays where hopefully we can execute that play better. But those end arounds, I'm kind of getting sick of it with Tank Dell. But I get it. It puts the defense in a bind. It really does put the defense in bind. When you have that dynamic of a player moving around, you have to factor that guy in. All right, what play we have here? We have a motion here to identify a man look, and you got
Sh-
Kamari.
Shout out to the locksmith himself who gave up his first touchdown. But shout out to Kamari Lassiter here for playing downhill, and it's probably where it hurts his shoulder. We were talking about this before the show.
Definitely,
Uh,
probably where he hurt his
yeah.
shoulder.
But laying some laying out James
Pause.
Cook here. He
I
yeah,
was about to
pause there. No diddy. I was gonna say lay in the wood, and there was no good word to say it, but he runs through pause. James Cook here. He puts him on the ground. And keep in mind, James Cook had been gashing us for yards all game up into this point. We hadn't really had a stop for him. He was getting 8 to 10 yards a rush. Not here.
Yeah, this drive was kind of crazy. The last two drives on Dave was kind of crazy. They was getting a feel for our defense. They were gashing us a little bit, but that's what just us like running light boxes. We like to, since we don't have three linebackers we trust, we only trust two at this point. We run a lot of dime, big nickel, and stuff like that. So we have situations where hey, we just got to deal with the fact that we're just light. But I love the fields. I really do. Our defense really does have that swarm mentality, not the swarm mentality of what D'Amico tries to have us as a model, but the real fly to the ball, party on the football type of mentality you need to have as a defense. Everybody flows as soon as we see the triggers. Um, if you don't know the linebackers, well, linebackers are coached out. If you see a pull, you fire on the pull. So I love seeing that. I love seeing the fact that as soon as we see a pulling guard, trigger for it, try to because you can't lie about that. If on the offensive scheme side, you can't lie about pulling away a blocker. If you're pulling a blocker somewhere, that blocker's going to do something. So that's where defensive coaches start to figure out, like, all right, somebody's pulling, something's happening over there. So if you see a pulling guard, trigger at the guard type shit. Then the offenses start doing a little next level step to that, where we have the pulling guard pass plays where the guard pulls to the edge and it's like a play action, go deep. You see those little wrinkles of offense. I just little pieces of information there. And I just love how we're flowing and we just have a willing tackler as a cornerback. If y'all know Texans history, y'all know Texas DBs. They're not the most willing blockers on the edge, and you need those type of feels from your edge protectors, your edge defenders. If the edge defender doesn't make that tackle, James Cook is gashing us for another 8 to 10 yards. If you don't have a cornerback that fills the right lane, fills the right gap, you can have an opportunity where that plays starts off as a 2, 4 yard gain, ends off being a 8, 12, 14 yard game because we have DBs not out there selling off the edge as well.
Yeah. The one thing I'm noticing also in this particular play, it's pretty much the same thing that happened to Stover. 13's looking for work here, and he does not know where to go. Do I block Kamari Lassiter? Do I block this? Like, who do I block here? Because he's got 3 choices, right? He's got Jimmy Ward, who's already beat him. Jimmy Ward's already down here. Aziz Al-Shaair comes from behind. Kamari Lassiter cues quick. This is the swarm defense. We're playing faster, and it's working. And you're starting to see what D'Amico Ryans is preaching. One thing I also want to note: we do have 3 safeties in here. This is big nickel. We have Petrie, Bullock, and Ward. So that gives us a little bit of speed. And notice that Bullock is the rangy safety. He's the center fielder. He's earned that spot. And we kind of called it. We knew he was going to be on there eventually. But this is one of those plays that we're starting to see. And I don't have any of these plays queued up, but we're starting to see Stingley become a more willing run stopper as well. And it's starting to look better. It's starting to come together. It's why this defense is the 4th ranked defense in the NFL. There's a reason for it. We're not giving up a lot of yards. All right, on to the next play. Let me get that pulled up. And we're going to go here to the next play.
Hopefully the injury to last year is not a big injury. Just keep him out Patriots week so we can have him back for the Packers week, because the Packers week is very interesting. Because I don't know, we could talk about the end of the episode, but we'll keep the end of the episode to our current opponent. But we match up pretty similarly to what the Packers are, even in the offseason, even now. Like we pretty much a very identical team, and so that's where we're going to probably have as our big twin in the NFL. Like, all right, you can gauge what the Texans going to be by what the Packers going to be, or they just compare us to, like, we're just at that level of the Packers. So that's our little placeholder, our little guide judge. And so hopefully we have a good game that week, but we got to worry about 1 week at a time, handle the Patriots first in this rookie quarterback wrinkle they threw into it.
Yeah.
But on this play though.
So it looks like we got a nice little front here.
Nice little dog look. Makes Josh Allen kind of reconsider what he's looking at, what he's feeling. And you got great fucking protection. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Shout out to our defensive back, shout out to our linebackers, and shout out to our D line. Like, this is for another type of quarterback. Jesus, Aziz. This is the other Aziz play. And this is the drive where Aziz had 2 opportunities to get picks. Either literally the play right before this one, the play right after, and this is the play right after the first pass breakup, where he did carry a tight end or receiver up the scene stride for stride and almost got an interception. So shout out to Aziz playing his flu game, his MJ flu game, where I don't know if he broke. I think he got up there in tackles. I don't know if he did his game high yet, but he was pretty up there. 2 plasma deflections, I think 2 TFLs and some other, like, he had a crazy game for being with the flu and losing 10 pounds in 48 hours. So great play, great game by Aziz. But shout out to the defense on this, dogging the line, making the quarterback and O line have to filter and sift everything out. Taking Shout out to the DBs for taking away the first and second reads, making Josh Allen have to really decipher. Shout out to the Bills GM for not giving him great receivers and not re-signing Stephon Diggs or restructuring that contract, because boy, they got a long year ahead of them if this is their wide receiver room. And shout out to our guys for playing very, very well. We dogged the line, but only said 3 and still was able to get pressure. That's crazy in itself. Only rush 3 was still able to get pressure. That's something you can hang your head on if you're in the D line room. And then shout out to all the defensive backs for making it hard for Josh Allen to make a decision.
There's something I really want to kind of talk about here. Not only did we rush 3 and still get pressure, it was a 3-on-6. There are 6 offensive linemen right here. That's 6 grown men that these 3 dudes have to go through. And they did it. They flushed him out of the pocket. And then the only throw Josh Allen has, but he can't see, is right here at this particular point.
Backside crossbody.
But that's going to be a duck, and it's going to get intercepted or a PBU. So he's now looking downfield. That's going to be a pick. Can't throw that ball. Can't throw this ball. That's either a PBU or a pick. Can't really throw this ball. This is covered here. So who do you throw to? Every angle is covered. And the only thing that comes open is in the middle of the field, and Aziz is right there. Now, he's got to catch that because it hits him in the hands and the chest. So we understand why he plays linebacker, why he's playing defense in the NFL. But, I mean, look at this. Will Anderson just says, "Get off me." That's I don't know what else we could ask for. What else can you ask for?
The entire O-line. Relentless effort by the entire D. All y'all earned that opportunity to get on the knee. All of y'all earned that opportunity. You're tired. You cover the entire field. Everybody take a breather because we got these boys off the field, man. You got DeMeco over there, and that's the type of, go back to the type you at the end of that play. That's the type of passion you want out of your head coach. That's a head coach that's as invested in the game as you are. You got DeMeco falling to his knees because he knew his guy was supposed to get another one. He called it up. He played it correctly. I've seen many a time where a linebacker just flows all the way to the sideline on there instead of just staying at the number. Like, he's staying at the numbers. There's only so much space he could throw the ball. Stay at the numbers, get into the get into the pass lanes for the ability to catch a pick like that. That's just awareness of where you are to the boundary, where you are to the sideline. If he flows all to the sideline, following the receiver to the edge, that crossbody throw happens because there's nobody there to be the in between that receiver and the comeback route. If Aziz is not there, who's making that pick? Nobody. So great job by Aziz and great play call, DeMeco. I see you, boy.
Yes, sir. Last thing I want to say on this play: expect more of this against teams that like to throw the ball. Teams where they're saying these are elite quarterbacks and they're going to expect us to take away their weapons. We can't do this to teams like the Dolphins, who have a little bit more weaponry. But expect this against teams where they have expect this against Drake May. That hit him in the shoulder. Come on. Expect this against Drake May. He's gonna have to see, we're gonna test him. We're gonna make him throw the football. We're gonna take away all his options and make him try and do something. Now that could be either good or bad. We don't know how fast this man is yet. But if we're making Josh Allen make dumb throws like that, we'll leave that for later. We'll leave that for later. All right, on to the next play. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to put that in the chat. If you have any comments, feel free to put that in the chat as well, so we can continue to talk with you. All right, let me get to this next play here. I'm going to skip this play and go to the third quarter. And we do have one play for a play design for you guys. All right. Let me see if I remember this play. All right. Two things I don't like about this play from the jump. Number one, I want y'all to look at the right tackle, Blake Fisher. And hopefully you don't get flashbacks to shades of Kenyon Green in his rookie year, because that's what happens here.
Shit, shades of Tytus Howard too.
That too. You ain't wrong. But this is your rookie welcome to the league moment. He gets CJ blown up and causes him to have to throw this ball earlier than he wants to. But even still, earlier than he wants to, that ball's right on the seam. And I need you, Dalton Schultz, to lay out for that.
Bro, lay out for the ball.
Because this rumbling, stumbling mess of just trying to, reach out and touch the ball like that, I can't have that. Because this should be a catch. This should be a first down. Instead, it's an incomplete pass because I think this is third down. It's an incomplete pass on a nearly perfect thrown ball.
It hits you in the hands.
It hit him in the hands. I don't know if that could be thrown
any better
than that was actually.
Like, I'm getting hit. I'm glancing away from where I'm supposed to be launching this ball from, like lead foot, everything like that, and I'm still have the ability to hit you in your hands. Passing a linebacker in the passing lane as well. Like shout out to every time I see CJ make plays like this, I I, I tear up a little bit in the inside and sometimes on the outside because, like, ain't no way this is our quarterback. I was talking about it before in our little pre-show before we started. There are times where we watch CJ, I'm like, bro, this can't be our quarterback. Like, I don't know what we did to get a guy like this, but thank God, thank whoever was able to thank CJ mama, thank CJ's upbringing, thank CJ's work ethic, thank CJ choosing Ohio State. Like, all the decisions that were in CJ's life to get him to be the Texans, thank you. I appreciate you. I know some were fucked up, but every decision was in order, it was made for us to get here. So I appreciate life. Cause watching this shit, bro, yeah, you can't tell me shit about any other quarterback. I don't give a fuck about Patrick Mahomes. I don't give a fuck about Josh Allen. I don't give a fuck about Joe Burrow. I don't give a fuck about Lamar. Cool, he gets to run, and he's actually one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but we talk about that at a different point in time. But I don't care. I got CJ Stroud. I got Coolidge, Bernard, Stroud, the fourth. Like, I don't care. I got CJ. So, thank you, CJ. But this is going back to the play in itself, and Schultz' effort level is kind of wearing. Hey, I've been saying this since last year. This man be picking and choosing once he wants to be a guy, but that's neither here nor there. Tight end play in the league is also not the greatest. After the first two or three, the drop off is kind of crazy. But another moment in Blake Fisher's day where it's just like, all right, you're a rookie, but he had way more positive plays and have negative play. Yeah, this is a negative play for him. If he holds up his block, CJ could probably maybe give a better ball for Dalton Schultz to catch. He still hits Dalton in his hands. I know Dalton had to fall to catch that ball, but you're a receiver. That's what you get paid for. For all receivers that be complaining about it wasn't a perfect ball, hey, that's literally what you get paid for. Run the route and catch the ball if it's in a 3-yard vicinity of you, because you're 6'4", 250, 60 pounds that run got a 32-inch, 35-inch vertical. Like, get your old ass out there and catch the damn ball, Dalton. But anywho, Blake Fisher, welcome to the NFL. You had a couple plays this game like this. He had a couple plays this game where he was like, "Oh shit, I am in the NFL." Though this is not like one of the high ranking edge rushers in the league, probably not even really known. You're still in the NFL as an edge rusher. And Blake Fisher, I promise to you, fix this shit because you better not get my fucking quarterback killed. That's the same shit everybody in that locker room saying. Hey, Olan, fix this shit and don't get CJ fucked up because that's the type of play we can't have moving forward. But anywho, he had a great fucking game, so I can't even blame Blake Fisher. Like I was one of the ones like, all right, y'all get ready for the baptism by fire for Blake Fisher. Like it's going to happen. Like everybody knows it's going to happen. But he's been very, very serviceable in the 2 weeks he's been playing. So shout out to Blake Fisher, but hey, fix this shit because hey, you can't have this.
Yeah. This is, I want to kind of address this comment that VT has, that his effort level is kind of worrying. I will agree to a certain extent. I think Dalton Schultz does make some really good plays in this game, and there are a few where I'm like, you need to be better. There's a particular play that I remember in this game that we're not showing here that Dalton should have dove, and he made a business decision because he probably would have got blown up if he would have caught the pass. But I need him to lay out. I need him to lay out for this catch because this would have been a moment. This is in the third quarter. We're still up. I think we'd take a field goal on this drive. This being a touchdown probably puts the Bills away. It takes all the momentum that they get, and it's gonna be the nail in that coffin. And in fact, real quick, just so you guys can see, if you don't have NFL Pro, go ahead and get it. It is a really good, cool tool. This is 3rd and 5. The score is not showing. 17-3. 3rd down. We get that first down and go score. It's 24-3 at the beginning of the third quarter. That's a much, much harder score to come back from than 20-3, right? Like it sounds like it's only 4 points, but we won the game 23-20. So you're talking about that right there ends the game. The Bills that's it. They only scored 20 points. So you got to think about it like that. Like that puts the game away completely. So just my little rant on that real quick. Let me stop sharing, get to the next play. Third quarter still. 15. Yep. Boom. Share the screen real quick. Get this window going. All right. Take this down. So I need to give a shout out to my boy AD. Hit him up on Twitter as Bully, or at Bully60, I think is what he is on Twitter. Hit this man up. He's the lead of the H-Town Rundown podcast. Does a lot of the film reviews, and I think he's actually right now on. So go take a look at his stuff. Go take a look at the H-Town Rundown. Chill with them as well. But one of the things he calls Henry To'o is Henry No. And unfortunately for his hating of this guy, Henry To'o has played out of his mind all year. I need you to look at the pancake he gets here. And then he stops the run.
Shout out to Nick Saban. Shout out to the Tennessee Vols for letting his player go. Shout out to D'Amico Ryans. Shout out to the entire defensive staff. The development of Henry To'o over the last 2 years has been great to see. I know it's really early in the season, and hopefully he keeps stacking and stacking games upon games, but his development has been really, really nice to see. in the off season. That was one of the positions of contention that we talked about that we need to address in the draft or via free agency. One of the positions that we did address in free agency by uh, getting Aziz on our team, but a lot of this year was contingent on development and the production of certain players at certain positions. And I know the 9 to 8 people that are in here, or whatever the people amount of people watching this know, there are certain position groups out here that we are banking on the success of our year based on if they actually developed or not in the offseason. That's Hiwi To'o, Jalen Petrie, King Green, the list goes on of players like, all right, they better be good, 'cause if not, we're going to be screwed. And this is one of the guys that was like, all right, he better be good, because if not, we're screwed. Because if we didn't have here Toa, the first 5 games, who we rolling out there? Jake Hansen,
Neville Hewitt.
Neville Hewitt,
Neville Hewitt.
Alshon Phillips, like. So shout out
Who's that
to
dude? Who's that dude we picked up in the draft?
Jamal Hill, Jamil
Yeah.
Hill, something like that. Like, those are the players that would have had to been playing if Henry Toa regressed or not. So shout out to that guy. Like, that was one of the players that should show great improvement over the offseason, because ain't no way we would have thought Henry Toa was going to do a play like this. He
Hold
reads
on.
this. Go ahead.
Look at this. It's low man wins.
I was literally about to start talking about that, because ain't no way would have thought Henry Toto was going to do this last year, was going to do this year. This man reads this quick screen, blows up the blocker that had him fitted up, and makes the TFL? Huh?
Yeah. I think one of the things we need to talk about, this is a question that we had last week or 2 weeks ago in our last session. When Christian Harris comes back, who comes off the field?
Nobody, because we're running base at this point in
Yeah,
time.
because
No, because that's a
if we're
great
gonna
question.
run base, if we're gonna run base, then which safety comes off the field?
Real decisions will have to be made. Real decisions will have to be made. Those decisions, like, it's a good problem to have, or these are good problems you want. This is a good problem to have. We actually have 3 great linebackers, and so we also have this safety that's not the best in coverage. And I will need to do a cut up of Jalen Petrie in coverage, because he's not as bad as people think. He's not the greatest, because he's not a slot corner, but he's a safety playing slot corner nickelback. So it's one of those, hey, you're playing the position, so you got to play it well. But we have 3 good linebackers and a decent safety that, if we can keep him in the box or keep him around the line of scrimmage, he's going to be good. So we're going to be play. To me, I think we're going to be playing a lot of cover 3, a lot of palms looks, a lot of. Uh, we're going to put a lot of linebackers on the line and fake a lot of misdirection, misguides. Like, hey, which guy is really blitzing? D'Amico already showed a 45 or 40, like a 40% uptick in blitzing from this year to last year, which is crazy, because we all thought D'Amico just didn't blitz. But even I said it, Leo from Texas 22 said it. Some folks from the rundown said it, like, hey, we don't blitz because we don't got guys to blitz, and
Not
not
no
the
more.
not guys to like blitz linebackers, guys to cover. We don't have Derek Stingley and Steven Nelson out there just by themselves. We have Derek Stingley, Kamari Lassiter, Kalen Bullock. Shit, fucking Eric Murray be showing some signs of qualityness out there. So shit, we got guys that can cover the back half of the defense, and we can put some guys in disadvantageous situations. We can't tell Aziz to go blitz. We can't tell Hero to go blitz. And now we're about to start telling, hey, Christian, go blitz. Fuck it, Christian, fake the blitz, pop back in the coverage, and Jalen, you do a delayed blitz. Vice versa. Like, there's so many opportunities that we can have. Like, I'm not afraid of the fact we got 3 linebackers now, and it's going to help our linebacker room because we have 2 linebackers that are not playing 100% of the snaps. Like, yeah, linebackers love to play the whole game, but at the end of the day, you can come out for a couple plays to get your rest, to get some water. tag in, tag out. Like so, we have some very very interesting situations going on over there.
Indeed, indeed. And I'm interested to hear what y'all say. I know I've asked this question a couple of times, but I do want to know who comes off the field when Christian Harris comes in. Do we go base? If we go base, which safety do we take out? Jimmy Ward? Well, Jimmy Ward's taking himself out, but Eric Murray has earned his snaps at safety. He's not as good. We know that he's better in coverage than Jalen Petrie a little bit. Do we take him off the field and let Jalen Petrie take his role over if Ward is out for a while? These are hard questions, but these are the good kind of hard questions that we want to ask. All right, I need y'all to understand something as we're getting into this play. I need y'all to understand something. CJ Stroud throws the ball with capital A anticipation.
Jesus.
I don't understand. I have been watching football for a very long time, and I don't remember very many quarterbacks that make that throw off their back foot to a guy who hasn't come open yet.
I want you to pause it the moment he throws the ball. Here.
Look,
Like
look.
he's just now breaking. I'm just now breaking off of my route, and the ball is already out of CJ. The ball is on the 31 right now. Right there on the top of the left hash. Go up a little bit. Up, up, up to the left, 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 left. That's the ball right there. That's the ball.
Mm-hmm.
CJ actually threw it before he even broke.
And now I want you, and look, he's covered.
Guys, I want y'all to know. I went to this game. I sat in the end zone that's behind CJ right now. Every Texans fan that sat right there, I say not every, 73% had their jaws on the ground, and you heard 7 audibles. Ain't no way CJ threw that. Ain't no way.
There was you're probably close to my section as well, because I was in 115, and this was when this throw happened. Bills fans sitting next to us were saying,
yes,
that's incredible.
Yes.
What kind of throw was that?
We had opposing fan bases giving us flowers like I have never seen no quarterback do some shit like that.
And we can talk about Patrick Mahomes all day. We could talk about Peyton Manning. We could talk about all the greats that are out there. But when it comes down to the rubber meeting the road, what I can absolutely say is, for the last 5 weeks, now going into the 6th week, for the last 5 weeks of games that I've watched, CJ Stroud has made throws like this. He's still not open, by the way. Nobody is, except for Dare. CJ Stroud has made throws like this every game this season. He did it against the Vikings. People said that CJ had his worst game against the Vikings. He didn't. He actually had a really good game against the Vikings. Just passes were dropped. They were called back for penalties because we had 12 penalties for 100 plus yards. He was making these plays effortlessly, getting hit off his back foot. What is this? This is the 34 to the 49. Nope,
he had
the
no
50.
base. He had no base to throw the ball. He was getting hit mid throw.
This is a 20-yard throw. 24 in the air.
Bro, go to end zone view. I need to see this from the I don't think y'all understand. I was watching it from the end zone view, and I'm like, oh, five of us like, oh, he threw another pick. Oh, he's about to throw another pick.
Look, he's gonna throw this ball.
What?
He had an inch of space.
I want you to pause it the moment the ball gets somewhat close to Stefon Diggs and to realize the window, the bucket, the whatever euphemism, analogy, moniker you want to say.
He's touched. He's still being touched by Ingram. 46 has his hand on him.
It
And not
doesn't make
like TD Jakes either. This is craziness.
praise him. I'm gonna praise on my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Word to CJ. But like what? Look at the defender. Look at Stephon, and look at the like. He timed the throw so well, his leg didn't get in the way of him catching the ball. How more in stride can you like? I don't think I'm only calling out this play because I was there. To other people watching the broadcast, this was a regular play. For the folks that was there to saw this crazy ass play, like literal people's mouths dropped and people act like it was a regular play.
Yeah,
Like
this
this is
is
this is not
insanity.
regular. He is
This
not a regular quarterback out here.
I need you to understand really how bad Madden is screwing over CJ Stroud. This is a 7-yard difference between Ingram and 24. 46 and 24 are roughly 7 yards apart. Off his back foot, CJ threw the ball 24 to 25 yards in between two DBs with less than 6 inches of space. Actually, less than 3 inches of space to fit this ball in with anticipation. I don't think y'all understand how crazy a pass this is. This is I don't even understand it. I don't understand how, if you're watching from any other team, I know it may seem like we're glazing this quarterback here. This ball, this is never open. This is the epitome of I threw the receiver open. This is the epitome of that. He was not open, and yet he still made the catch.
It's such a good catch. I'm as an O line guy. I'm not even talking about the bullshit late blitz pickup twist by Juice Scruggs. Like you missed a like. I'm not even talking about that. Like y'all know me. Y'all know that's I talk about O line dealer all. I'm not even like I care about it because Juice Scruggs. I need you to fucking keep your head on the fucking swivel. Your center on a TE twist. Of course, the twist will come back up through the middle. But I'm not even I'm not even caring about that because I'm like, ain't no way CJ made this play happen. No receivers really open on this play. But yet, we got a first down on a crucial drive.
Shout out to Kenyon Green, though, for actually picking up a twist. It was a double twist on that play.
Them boys was trying anything and everything to get pressure. It's
I,
craziness, man. I
this is
can't.
this is insanity, and there was bad on that play, but I can't even talk about it
I
because of how
can't.
incredible that throw was.
It's fucking amazing, man. CJ's
Insanity indeed.
CJ is fucking amazing, bro. Like all the O linemen, all the receivers, they do because they talk about it in the press conferences. They all behind 7. Like, but I truly get it. Winning cures all, but Jesus Christ, I'm so glad we got 7 on our team, bro.
Indeed. Indeed. Now, this play, I'm sorry, Blake Fisher.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Yeah, this is the play. This is, and mind you guys, this is that third, fourth quarter where this is where strategy in football comes to play. You kind of got to understand the flow of the game. This is the third drive that we had stalled out. One was a pick, one was a 3 and out, and then there's this fumble. They scored on 2 unanswered drive. Like we didn't respond with points when they were scoring because our drives ended like this: either a pick, either a 3 and out where we had to punt the ball, or a fumble in our own red zone. Like this is where the Bills came back into the game off of dumbass drives like this. And so this is where you get the flow of the game starts to come into place where it's like, all right, you can feel the momentum shift. But this is one of those plays was like, and mind you, like me and Jay said, we're sitting right behind the quarterback on this play. So we're at the beginning of the play, we're seeing the power rush by 94 and Blake Fisher, and was like, shit, Blake's about to have a rookie moment. in which don't have a good base, don't got good power just yet. He's we all know he's a taller, leaner tackle. He needs to put on more weight this offseason, but this is the drawbacks of being taller and leaner. You don't have that good, strong base just yet. And you get a sack fumble, man. You get a sack fumble right here. And I didn't even get to look at the play to see if anybody was open at any point in time in the route. Probably, yeah, maybe. You got Dare coming across on a flat route, and then you got Tank coming across on the crosser.
We check down here to Xavier Hutchinson.
Getting a check down it. Like, if we get Blake to just be solid, just be a solid tackle, be solid on his island, we may have an opportunity to get a positive play. But it's just one of those moments where the rookie is just, he's a rookie. That's a grown man with kids. 94 is a grown man with kids. Like, I'll let you talk, but I'm gonna look up 94 age when he came to the league.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I'm looking at here, it's mainly Blake Fisher. I kind of paused it a couple of times, but I want you guys to look at the line. Everybody else, if he blocks, this is a clean pocket, and this play has time to develop. But he doesn't even have the time. Nobody's able to get out of their lanes because the pressure is already there. It's unfortunate. It happens. He's a rookie. And we're still learning. We're still finding our identity. People don't want to admit it, but we're still finding our identity as a team.
Oh, that's Dwayne Smoot. That's Smoot from Jacksonville.
Oh, he had a good play there.
Mm-hmm.
Very good play by Smoot. All right. We're going to go to one more play, and then we're going to have a little bit of a play crafting here. And you all know the play.
He got two kids. He got two kids. My bad.
Hey, he do got two kids. You got to feed a family.
You got to feed a family out there, Blake. You go against grown man.
All right, y'all know the play. The GOAT himself.
Oh, Mr. Player of the Week.
Give that man his iced necklace.
He earned every dollar of that contract. Every dollar. Anybody that had problems with us resigning Kamimi, us keeping Kamimi, shut the hell up. Shut your whore mouth. Sorry for my French. Just shut it up. Shut it. This guy is worth every penny. Cause, bro, it was so crazy at the game because I was sitting next to some Bills fans with one of my friends was able to give me the tickets, and we were talking shit amongst individuals that sit in the lower bowl. That's where the diehard fans are at. They're trying to get close to the action, and we were sitting a nice slew of Bills fans, and we had some banter back and forth throughout the game. What's a nice little rivalry? That was a nice little game without little shit talk. And so the back and forth happened, the 3 blown drives. The Bills fans were feeling themselves a little bit coming up to this point. And so they were all hoping for overtime. They were all hoping for, all right, we'll see you on overtime. Josh is going to get it. I had my friend literally tapped 3 Bills fans that were talking shit to us and said, as soon as Kamimi got out there, he got his trot. He tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Good game. Don't go ahead, beat the traffic." I looked at this man like, you're not supposed to say that. The football gods are here. The football gods are listening. Let's not agitate them. But he believed in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Words of C.J. Stroud. That John Kamimi Kaliki, the great Samoan man himself, he's automatic. He's going to make it. It doesn't matter. 35 right hash, 42 left hash, 59 from the center. It's John Kamimi Fairbairn all day. All fucking day.
John Christian Kaimi, I'm not even going to try and say it. Kaimi Fairbairn goes out there and hits a 59-yarder.
Tell him.
With ease. I don't think you'll understand because I don't know if they showed it on the broadcast. I don't remember. This had 10 yards left in it. he had another 10 yards he could have put. He could have hit that. This was near 60 yards. He had space. It hit the net in the back. This didn't land just barely through, like we saw with Matt Amendola, who hit the front of the goalpost from 58. This one had space. 5 to 10 yards of space. He could have hit that from 68 yards, 69 yards. Nice. But he didn't. He easily hit this from 50. To the point to where people are talking about maybe shortening the distance between the goalposts because it's apparently too easy for kickers now. That's how good of a kicker we have. That they're talking about that. They're talking about him like they used to talk about Justin Tucker. It's insanity, y'all. Insanity. All right, we have one more play to go through, and this last play is it's a very specific play. It is one that we're going to do some play crafting on. We haven't been able to do that in a while. Let me pull that play up real quick, and then we will go into questions. Again, if you guys have questions for us or questions or things that you're wanting to see, feel free to put that in the chat, and we'll talk about it. All right, here is the play. Let me go ahead real quick and share screen for the last time. All right. And if I'm right, this was a play that you had looked at, XO, and talked about how this is a weird play design. Weird angle.
Yeah. This one is a little weird. This is one of the ones where it's a all right play design, but you will have to check out of this play just based on the number. So we got to click. This is like a regular This is a regular sweep toss play, outside zone play, where you're just trying to get hat in the hat, get numbers, get the duos. But pause it right at the top of the play, and I just want us to understand just a quick concept that we like to talk about a lot, and that's the numbers. So pause it right here. So I want you to draw a line at the center, and then count the offensive players, then count the defensive players. On the center, you got, if you go back to me, we got Schultz, Stover, Fisher, and Shaq. And I'm not going to count Juice just yet, just due to the spacing and the front that you get. We got an overlook, and so Juice has to counter that backside nose. So from the right shade of Juice, you got on the defensive side, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. And on our offensive side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 players. So we just don't have the best numbers going to that side on the toss play. The problem is on this toss play, you got you got players having to do reach blocks and hook blocks away from where it will be advantageous. So you're gonna have all linemen having to chase after players to try to hook them and set the edge to create a running lane from the running back. So this causes situations where you will have O linemen in space having to chase down the block instead of already engaging a block or having to be a cutoff block. And you can kind of see it here when two players play. So you have a situation where you're going to have Juice trying to go chase after a linebacker. You're going to have Fisher going to have to chase after a third level, but he's had to pull as well. And then he's going to have a lot of kerfuffle. This is a moment where Fisher needs to start to slow up just so to provide a good base or to be in an advantageous position to block Damar Hamlin. And then you just have your other reach blocks. Shout out to Schultz for getting a good edge. And then you got Stover to provide the next blocks to fill in the lane. So you got Juice having to chase down a linebacker flowing away from him, and then you got Fisher in open space with a DB. And so you're leaving O linemen in just disadvantageous positions. And I don't know, it's decently blocked to an extent. Fisher could have gave a better block, and then Juice is just hard for a lineman to chase down a linebacker. It's just, hey, this guy runs a second faster. I ran a 5.340. This guy runs a 4.55. Like he's faster than me, and he's running away from me. So it's just gonna be hard regardless. And so you just, I don't know if they check out the play. If Fisher gives a better block, you got Dare 101 with the guy Juice is blocking or trying to attempt to block it. Maybe you make something out of it, but the play comes down to two players, and that's Fisher and Juice, and they just need to block that better. But it was running into a disadvantageous situation.
My little thought on this as I'm looking at it, my first thought is Fisher, I know you're probably supposed to get on the edge, but I'd like to see you make a savvy vet move here
Hmm.
and just
Hmm.
take Damar Hamlin out of the play as he's coming downhill.
Hmm.
Instead of having to try and reach back, because there's no winning this. Like
Hmm.
you're off balance. There's no chance for you to win this. Shout out to Dare for getting the 3 yards he got.
Hmm. Hmm.
But if he hits right here, as you mentioned, Dare then has a cutback lane. He could cut back here. So I would like to see Dare and our running backs as a whole have a little bit better vision and know, hey, this is sealed. He's not catching me. I have this lane right here and I can go 10 yards if that's blocked up.
Yep.
So it kind of alleviates everybody over here and alleviates Juice a bit because he's set and this guy has to come back to him. And it kind of puts more on the rookie. And I don't want to put a bunch on the rookie because he is a rookie, but at the same time,
Nah, bro, he a
if
grown
he
ass man.
yeah,
They go to get on his ass in the film room, just like how he
yeah,
sort of mentioning now.
yeah,
They're on his ass right now about it.
yeah, because this is a play that if he blocks this right here, if he turns upfield and
Just go
starts
after
playing,
Demar.
here comes the boom by POD.
Hmm. Just go
Uh,
after him. Get after him.
if he hits this man and puts him on a highlight reel, this ball's going upfield, and we don't know what'll happen. He
Hmm.
might still be running, but that didn't happen. So the only thing that I'll say that's adding to this play, because I don't see, honestly, there is some stuff wrong with it, but I don't see very much wrong. Tunsil and Green do their jobs. Shaq Mason does his job. Schultz does his job. Stover does his
Surprisingly.
job.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. Woods does his job. Everybody else is doing their job here. I don't know who's out here on the line over here, but if he just takes Damar Hamlin out of this play, this is more than a 3-yard gain. Most likely. I don't know how fast this guy's gonna cut in, or if this guy breaks loose from Shaq. No, there's no way. So if he blocks this guy's off balance. If he cuts back in here, there's no way he's gonna get back in time. If he just puts the hat here, it's over. He's the only one that could possibly turn around, but
He's getting blocked.
he's getting blocked and he's not looking that way yet. I would love to see this be a cutback. I would love to have seen Fisher. Honestly, even without this block, I would have loved to have seen Dare Ogunbowale cut back. And I've loved how Dare has played these last 2 games. This is why he's not the starter or the RB2, and this is why he's RB3. He doesn't see stuff like this all the time. It would have been nice to see him cut back and make a little bit better of a run here. All right, that's all I've got for y'all in terms of film review. We did the playcraft, we did the film review. Let's have a little talk about predictions. So we know we're going up against the Patriots this week. Exo, what do you see? What are the keys to the game, and what are your predictions?
Keys into the game. Is going to be on the defensive side, unrelenting pressure. We got to get after Drake May. We got to handle our run lanes. He does. He is a scrambler. He's a white boy that get out there to run around a little bit if he gets a little frazzled. He's a big body quarterback. People kind of think he's a smaller guy, but he's a pretty sizable dude out there, and he got some wiggle to him. So they don't got Ramondre Stevens, so they're going to be running He wasn't even having a good year anyway. But they're going to be running back by committees. They got a lot of young receivers that they're trying to figure out who they are, um, and they got a rookie quarterback. They got an O line out there that almost broke Jacoby Brissett, and so on paper we are supposed to dog walk these guys, but also on paper this is the quintessential trap game. You got a rookie with no film other than preseason when you're running base offenses and base defenses. You got a team that's making a quarterback change and a regime change that's they always looking to try to give a little spark. Most of the time when this happens, the new quarterback has a crazy game that gets a win. It's gonna be all over ESPN. Like, oh, this is the start of Drake May's career, the Drake May era. So I'm really concerned about the game because you have an opportunity to let this be a trap game if we don't play well. We already have key injuries and key bodies out as well. So we're going to be playing a lot of new guys that haven't played in the first 5 games in in on a snap count amount type of level where we got a lot of guys that just haven't played a lot of snaps with the starting offense in real game time situations. So it's going to be very interesting on that tip. Um, you got Joe Mixon as probably a game time decision. We got DP coming back, so we got two running backs that haven't played either in preseason at all or haven't played since week 1, maybe week 2 for a couple of drives. So we got some guys trying to get their feet back up under them. Um, Titus Howard's probably not playing again this week, probably right. So we got Blake Fisher out there again for the second week in a row as a starter, third week playing. So we ought to see if he takes that next step as progressing as a rookie O lineman. So this is the quintessential trap week. So I'm concerned. I'm not afraid. I'm concerned because if we come out there very like basical, coming out there thinking like, oh, bro, it's just the Patriots. We're trying to think about next week. This game can turn into one of those moments where it's the Drake Bay coming out party shit. So hopefully he's not one of those rookie quarterbacks that come out throwing for 400 yards in that first game, 300 yards second game, then the league starts to figure him out. Let's just play him honestly, and that's kind of concerned about it because that's how D'Amico likes to play players. Like if I don't got the film on you, I can't game plan for you. So I'm gonna fill you out. I feel like we're gonna play a lot of not base with 3 linebackers, but we're gonna play a lot of generic vanilla defenses. The first 15 plays, first 25 plays, even the first quarter, the first quarter, a little bit into the second quarter, we'll be playing a very vanilla defense, just trying to figure out what the hell Drake May is. It's going to annoy a lot of people because he's going to get it probably if we don't, the D line doesn't get home, he's going to give up a lot of plays, a lot of good yardage plays. They could be moving down the field. They might sputter out a little bit, but it's going to look like they're having a sensible offense. It's going to annoy a lot of us fans, but it's just going to be D'Amico trying to figure out, all right, what is Drake May? What is this offense with Drake May? Um, on our offensive side, it's concerning because it's going to be the first official week without Nico Collins as being a player on the field to garner eyes, to garner coverage protections, to guard looks. So we got a Stephon Diggs that's, as we've seen the first 5 weeks, that looks like he has lost a step a bit. He still has somewhat production, but he's not as fast, as explosive as he used to be. We got Tank Dell that's having a air quotes regressive year. He's just not getting the looks that he should be getting. But you have 3 1,000 yard potential 1,000 receivers. It's going to happen. So we got Tank Dell trying to get back into his groove of things, and um we got an offense that still has yet to put a sensible run game in the last 4 years. I'll say it again. We got an offense that hasn't put a sensible run game together in the last 4 years. 4 offensive line coaches, 3 offensive coordinators, 3 quarterbacks, and probably a slew of running backs. We have yet to put a running game together. And it's the most asinine part of I'm not covering the Texans, I'll just talk about the Texans, not my team. Just to talk about the Texans and the fact that we can't put a running game together to save our lives is so aggravating. I bring it up every year and people just brush it off, but whatever OC there it is, whatever players we have yet to put a running game together. And it's very, very concerning. I hate the fact, I said it again, we have to have running backs that have to make something out of nothing every fucking play. That's not a good running game, and that's not good running backs, and that's not good old line. When your running back has to make something out of nothing every fucking play, that's horrible. And to say all of that and to put everything on CJ Stroud's hands in year two, it is absolutely wild. To say we are a running team, as Bobby Sloak likes to say, is absolutely wild. Bobby Sloak, year two, second year with the O line coach, the first time in 7 years in Texas history. For people to understand that, we used to have a different O line coach every fucking year. So this is in the last 5 years or last 6 years. This is the only time we had an O line coach in back-to-back years. Chris Strausser, Bobby Slowick, y'all have yet to put a offensive running game together for some fucking reason, and it's absolutely horrible. So going to the game where we going against a rookie quarterback, going against a bad O line, going against a defense that has some players, but they're just not a good defense as a whole. But they're still the Patriots. They're still OJ Mayo. They still got guys out there that are veterans that know how to play the game of football. All that stacked against the Patriots, I am still concerned this is a quintessential trap game. And to help us in a trap game where we don't have our star receivers, we're still trying to put together offense. It'll be fucking great. It'll be the best thing in the world if we can get a rushing attack. But you know what? We haven't had one in a couple years, and we're going into a game again without being, I guess, strong-willed, being confident, and the fact that our running game is going to be there. We get 100 yards, we get 120 split between two running, but we don't know. We don't know if all fuck 5 guys, because we let tight ends and receivers block too. So we don't know if all 10 guys out there that can block will block. I understand about the O line. Tight ends get blown up too. Fullbacks get blown up too. Wide receivers get blown up too. Everybody has to, if they tell you to block on the run play, you have to block correctly. As we saw the last couple plays in the film review. If a couple plays fuck up, you turn a 10-yard game, 15-yard game into a 3-yard game. A -4-yard loss in a fucking end around because we got tight ends not having heads on us. Like, it's the little things. So we don't execute properly. So do I blame Bobby Slowick? Do I blame Chris Strasser? Do I blame the personnel? And I hate that because it's a combination of shit. It's everybody. It's a team. No, somebody has to figure this shit out.
Players gotta make plays.
Plays.
Let's talk a little bit about what should happen. You brought up a lot of good points, Exo, and I agree with them pretty much wholeheartedly. The thing that there are 3 points, and they talk about them all the time. The first thing is we need to come out fast. I'm tired of this junk where we come out super slow and we're not, in our best element. We're coming out flat-footed. That can't happen. That can't happen anymore. We can't come out flat-footed for the first quarter, turn it up in the second quarter, go flat-footed again in the third quarter, and turn it up again in the fourth quarter. We can't do that. We need to play 4 quarters of football. Full 4 quarters. So the first thing I want to see us come out with effort and come out like the rent is due. I need you guys out there like the rent is due. From the jump, this is a remember the Titans moment when that coach says we blitz all night. If I don't want them to gain another yard, that is what we're looking for. That's the first thing. The second thing, play mistake-free football. Quit with the penalties. You're beating teams, and that's good. But this is a quintessential trap game. You should win 47-16 or whatever number. You should be blowing these guys out of the water. They don't have a defense. They have guys on defense. They're not the best defense. They're not a top 10 defense. Then probably I don't think they're a top 15 defense. Somebody looked that up. I don't even think they're a top 15 defense. They might even not even be top 20. They're not a good defense. They're not a good offense. They have a decent special teams. We should be going up and down the field on these boys easily. If we aren't doing that because we're penalizing ourselves, because we're making dumb plays, there's nothing I can do to help you. So Swarm, I need you to get out there swarm. 2, I need you to get out there and play mistake-free football. And 3, make this rookie quarterback have to make this dude see ghosts from the first game. I want to see next time the Patriots play with Drake May out there, the next time I want him to talk about how he's seeing ghosts. He's seeing the Texans still coming at him. That's what you want to see. Get after the quarterback, make him see ghosts, come out swarming, and play mistake-free football. All 3 of those things need to happen. The playmakers are going to make plays. Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell are going to make their plays. Xavier Hutchinson is going to step up. Robert Woods is out, so expect John Mechie to come in and do that, to take care of stuff. Dameon Pierce looks like he might play. I think he is supposed to play this week. So we're getting an upgrade at running back. As much as you guys want to say Cam Akers is better than Dameon Pierce, let's go ahead and dispel that notion right now. He is not better than Dameon Pierce. We need to see, if Mixon is playing, we need to see the run game go off. That's what I need to see. I need to see Dameon Pierce and Joe Mixon put the run game back on the map so that we can make life easier on CJ Stroud. The thing that we also have to watch for is Christian Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez has been pretty good lately. He's been shutting down number ones. I need to see Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz. I need to see them all over the field. I should never see them line up in the same spot. And yeah, good point here by VT. They have the worst O-line in the league. I was wrong. I thought they were not the worst O-line in the league. I thought there were teams that were worse than them. Apparently, I was wrong on that. They have the worst O-line in the league. There should be, I expect all 4 starters on the defense to get a sack. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for Azeez or Henry to get a sack. Maybe even Petrie. I'm looking for us to destroy this team. I don't want another Atlanta Falcons situation where we're going in there, or a Panther situation where we're going in there and we're barely winning, or losing in this case at the last second because we can't stop a rookie quarterback and a bad offensive line and a bad defense. Can't have that. It's not going to work. It ain't going to work. Not going to work at all. All right. Last bit here, questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. But if you don't, we want to thank you for joining in and watching film with us and getting to learn a little bit more and getting to look through the darkness, finding that little bit of light being brought right back to the middle. It's been a pleasure speaking with you guys today. As we said at the beginning of the show, down below is all our information. So go ahead and look down there. You'll find our Twitter information. You'll find our email. You can meet with us on Discord if you guys have that. Probably not going to give you my phone number, so unless I met you in person. But if you need to text me or call me, you can hit me up on Twitter and I'll DM me and I'll do what I can to get in contact with you. If you need me to pray for anything, put that in the comments, put that in the chat, email us, whatever. And we're here to talk ball with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us. XO, you got anything before we head out?
Nothing too crazy. Just know we're always here to have a conversation. I like to joke a lot. I like to be compassionate or be empathetic to everybody too. So if you're going through anything, just let me know. I'm a DM away. If you want to call or text, just let me know. I'm trying to figure out if I can give you my number or not. But if you're going through anything, let me know. Just know if you're going through darkness, there's always light at the end. If you're going through anything, just feel free to open up and talk. Closed mouths don't get fed, and I'm willing to feed everybody, man.
Facts. For those who are out there, I know VT, you're online. It's good to hear that you're safe, man.
Hey, good shit that you survived, VT, man. I know it's crazy out there.
Facts. For those of you who have been affected by Hurricane Milton. For those of you who've seen Suicide Squad, you know the jokes about Milton, but this Milton was crazy. For those of you who have been affected, my prayers out to you guys. If you need somebody to talk to because everything is lost, we're here. It's not all lost. You're still here. Trust that. But without further ado, we're going to end it here. It was a pleasure talking with all of y'all. We will see you guys later on the flip side. H-Town, I love y'all. Catch you on the other side.
Texans!
Swarm!
See y'all next week, guys.